Good evening, mates. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Unfortunately, the way coronavirus is growing up, looks like the exit fever is also growing up. Few weeks ago, we shot a video that multiple countries across the globe are now running to be private. And in Indian exchanges also, there are many cases who are evaluating to be private. And now, finally, I got the data because you know that Treasury Consulting always back the views on the data. So, guys, we got the data, and this time the data is that in Q1 2019. So let me tell you, I will not repeat 2019. I'll just say once. So 2019 Q1, the total buyouts or exit is around 240 million US dollars, which is, by the way, a handsome amount. 2019 Q2, which is pretty next quarter, it is 617 million, which is around 2.5 times. Oops. Q3 2019 did an aberration whereby it reduced to 130 million, which is 25% of Q2. Surprised. But more surprise is here. When Q4 2019, which is the last quarter of every year, it is 10.8 billion, which is around 9.5 times of last quarter. And do not forget that the coronavirus started somewhere in the last quarter of 2019, although different medical experts across the globe are having their different versions, and some even in the public domain claim that it started in August, but tactfully speaking, it started somewhere in the Q3 2019, like in December 2019. Q4 2019, which is December 2019. So Q4 is 10.8 billion. Q1 little relented, 8.2 billion. Oops. Q2 2020, forget everything, 14.6 billion. And Q3 is around 3.2 billion. The data is compiled by Bloomberg, and if I estimate, then I would have 11 and 8, which is 19, 14, 33, 36, around you can say 38 billion. Example, from Q1 2019 till Q3 2020, around 38 billion, which is, by the way, not a small amount, worth of exits done across the globe by their founders or maybe a set of individual investors. This much data we got. We are working very hard to make sure that we will get which all companies who got buyout, but somehow this data is not getting, but I'm trying to get from Bloomberg. But this $38 billion figure in just 2 years, although it is not yet 2 years, Q4 is yet to come, by the way. Q1 2019 till Q3 2020, around $38 billion is a pretty handsome figure. And if these buyouts would continue, then I have already told people, whether it is India or rest of the globe, which all countries it is happening, the investors' choice is getting limited. Because of course, if I have 100 securities to choose, and now I have only 80 securities to choose, I am always helpless. So this is definitely not the right way to get this done. But I assure that this would continue, because one thing which is really happening is that COVID-19 is taking the sheen off from the stock exchanges, and because of this, the companies are literally worried. They are saying that first you have so much compliance cost, and guys, please understand one thing that as well, that if you are a listed company, then the compliance cost is very high. That is for sure. Example, I am always against the viewpoint that a listed company needs to share results in newspapers. Come on. We are in the world of LinkedIn, Twitter. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Takatak, and hell lot of stuff, websites, and all. Do we really need to publish the financial statement in newspapers? Whether it's India or not, any country. Just assume the cost the listed company is actually incurring by publishing a full page document, and some cases more than full page document, on the leading business newspapers of that country. Is it really a right strategy? I really don't think so. I think when all listed companies are having their website, beautiful websites or non-beautiful website, SEO or non-SEO, that's a separate thing. It is quite better that you just put it on the website and you just shot a YouTube video that my results are out. You go to my website and see. What the hell that I need to spare millions of dollars in giving advertisement in the newspaper that, guys, this is my result. If this is the way of compliance, then I think we are not in the world of Twitter, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook, and hell lot of stuff. We are definitely not in the world of Alexa also, whereby I say, hey, Alexa, I wanted to see Titanic. And Alexa say, hey, here it is. We always look the things from two angles, head and tail. If here I am criticizing the companies that too much buyouts are happening, and because of this the investors are losing the appetite as the choice, then we should also talk about regulators, whereby we are literally working in an obsolete standard. Guys, there is too much compliance cost, and even after too much of compliance cost, there is no surety that there are no black sheeps. Just now a scandal had happened again in Singapore, and this is second scandal in this quarter. Where is Monetary Authority of Singapore? Where is ACRA? And guys, do you know that ACRA charge $120, $60 per authorized person, per company? So how much millions of dollars ACRA have received? If even after receiving that amount of money, you are helpless, you are clueless, then what is the cost of compliance? We need to credit the founders of these companies, those who are taking the right step in getting private. Because once I'm private, I'm not going to be showing my results in the public domain. I will only show my result to the investor, those who are really interested. It is like an American marriage versus Indian marriage. In Indian marriage, hundreds of people are invited, whereby 99% of them are really not bothered about the bribe and the groom. They are only here for venue and the food. While in case of American marriage and the European marriages, especially I love the Danish marriage, where only 10 to 15 nearest people are invited, and after the marriage they will go for dinner and job done. Thank you very much. So which one is most preferable? I really tend to feel that the regulators need to understand that if the cost of compliance will continue to escalate, and I think that this is happening, by the way, because very soon I'm going to be shooting a video on the dual listing clause. If this cost of compliance will continue to escalate, then guys, the day is really not far when people will think 10 times before going ahead for IPO. And the day is also not far when the investors would only have 7 or 8 stocks in that exchange. Come on, you wanted to buy, don't want to buy, your problem. Rather than having thousands of stocks. Please take this seriously. Cost of compliance should be limited. It should not be exorbitant. Please do not push people to reach to at level that they decide to quit. This is not good as an economy. And by the way, this message is for across the globe. I hope people will understand from this message. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Have a great time, guys.